That's it. I don't know who my customers are. What's up, guys? Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and welcome to Building an Online Business from Scratch, where I'm taking you from A to Z and everything in between to build an online sales funnels, particularly a webinar sales funnel. But in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Facebook. So the next 5 or 6 episodes are just going to be walking through the process of setting up a Facebook advertising campaign. Now, I want to start with the disclaimer that this is not in any way, shape, or form saying that you're going to get the same results I do. Hopefully you get better results than I do, but I'm going to walk you through the process of how to set up Facebook campaigns. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do, because this is just part 1 in a series. So this video in particular, we're going to be talking about arguably the most important part of Facebook targeting. I just gave it away. The most important part of Facebook advertising, which is targeting. And targeting is your audience. Who are your customers? Who are you talking to? And so in this video, we're going to jump into my screen and I'm going to walk you through how to use the Facebook Audience Insights tool to find your perfect audience. Now, once you've found your perfect audience, next is testing your messaging. And that's primarily where you're going to spend your time optimizing. But first, you have to know who you're talking to. So there's two big variables. You either have you have the right message, or you have the right audience. Now, 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to know the audience before you know the message, because you're making something for your customer, which means you need to adjust how you communicate to speak the customer's language, not necessarily find customers who speak your language. If you think you're part of that, 1%, then I probably can't help you if you think you're that 1 out of 10. So for the rest of us, it's all about finding who are the customers, and then when we know for sure who the customers are, we can be confident in our optimization and testing later on, because all we're doing is swapping out our messaging, split testing ads, split testing landing pages, and we don't really have to worry about, oh, am I targeting the right people or not? So this is the most critical part of your Facebook advertising. So with that being said, let's dive in.
Now, the most important and critical step to figuring out who your audience is answering the question, what content are your customers already consuming that is unique to them? So let me explain. Remember, Facebook is by and large a content-driven platform, whether that content is cats, grandma's new sweater, or, little Timmy's piano recital. It's all content. And depending upon the type of customer you're targeting, you want to look at, okay, everyone's got family content. Everything I mentioned could apply to almost any demographic, any type of customer. But what is the specific type of content that your customers view, watch, like, share, care about that pretty much everybody else could care less about? So this can be, books, magazines, TV shows, or competing companies. So in this particular example, because I'm showing you what I'm doing in my business, I am targeting people who have a skill, who want to turn that skill into, a freelancing business or be a coach or consultant around a skill they already have. So looking at those people, saying, okay, what content are they attracted to? What content are they engaging with that is unique to people who are looking to become a freelancer, coach, or consultant, who already have a skill? Which means I need to go and find what books are they reading, what magazines, what TV shows, and who are my competitors? Who's already serving those particular people? And so it's really important here that you're very, very specific. And actually, the best thing to do is to start off not playing with Facebook Audience Insights, which is why I haven't pulled up Audience Insights yet. So number one, you can, head over to, a great place to go is to head over to Amazon. Now, hopefully, who your customers are, right? Because you didn't just pick some random niche to go into. You actually have a skill or a passion around what you're doing. If you're just picking a random niche, I'm here to tell you, you're probably going to lose to others who actually really care about the niche. So that's kind of step one. And then step two is figuring out who these people are. So I'm just going to go through my Excel sheet. And again, we're focusing on interests, what are these people? What's the content? What's the content that they're engaging with? Just saying, moms who are between 25 and 45 and live in New Hampshire. Okay, that's great, but you still need some content around what content are they consuming. The only time where you wouldn't do 100% content based is if you're, you Shopify store owners, some of you, you're selling bracelets or watches or rings or something, then you can kind of stay general with age and gender, but I'd still recommend going detailed with the actual content that people are looking at. So we're all about content. So for me, I'm looking at the information marketing space, the kind of lifestyle entrepreneur space. So what I did here, and let me blow this up for you guys so it's a little easier to see. So what I did here is I said, okay, who are the other influencers? This may be applicable to your niche. The entrepreneur niche is driven heavily by influencers. Not all niches are like that. Some niches, like if you're doing fly fishing, for example, you're going to be talking about you're going to be targeting famous fly fishers and fishing magazines. Here I'm looking at famous entrepreneurs and other, influencers and key lifestyle entrepreneurs that are in this space. And so what I did is I just made a list of them, and then you'll see yes, no, see some are no. And I'll get to that in a minute, where you go through Facebook Audience Insights and see if there's someone you can target. And so I went through, named all the big guys there, and then I went and said, okay, Mark, these people are figuring out how to market themselves online. So what tools and companies are they going to for solutions to, driving traffic, hosting their blogs, sending emails, managing their social media? So I have a list of tools that they might be using. So now let's head on over to the Audience Insights tool. Now, I want to note here, when you first do it, you're going to say all people of Facebook when you first come here. And you have the ability to save audiences. So I'm going to click save. Cancel. Open. I'm going to click open so you can see. And you can see here, I have a lot of different audiences saved. And I'll get to a little bit, this is a little more advanced, but I'll get to it at the end of the video, why I saved so many of these, because it saves me a ton of time when I'm split testing ads. Future video, we'll talk about that. So essentially, first, we're going to start. I'm here in the United States. I'm targeting people in the United States. And so step number one is saying, okay, can I target these people? So I'm going to start with Robert Kiyosaki. I'm going to come down here to interests, click paste, Robert Kiyosaki author, Robert Kiyosaki Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki something. It's cutting it off. So I know I want to target the author. Okay, perfect. So I know that here, so I know that I can target Robert Kiyosaki. So I'm going to come back to my Excel sheet and say yes. You can see I did this so I wouldn't bore you guys going through each one of these. So let me go down and pick someone who's a little more niche. So I'm going to do Lewis Howes here. And what's kind of cool is Robert Kiyosaki is pretty broad, 1 million to 1.5 million. That's a huge, he's pretty broad in terms of entrepreneurship. So Lewis Howes is a digital lifestyle entrepreneur. He's probably much closer to who the kinds of people I want to target. You see how the audience size didn't change? That's because Lewis Howes is significantly smaller. So if I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take out Robert Kiyosaki, all right, 150 to 200K active monthly users. So this is an interest, or this is an influencer that I'm going to put on my kind of core list. If you think about it in terms of circles, so you have your inner circle, your really tight niche, and then you kind of go broader. And that's kind of what I've done here. You'll see niche 1, 2, 3. I grouped people together based upon their audience size and how kind of small or closely related to my customers they are. So someone who sees Robert Kiyosaki might not necessarily be checking out Lewis Howes, but someone who's checking out Lewis Howes has probably heard of Robert Kiyosaki. If you can kind of see that relationship there. And the way you figure that out is exactly what I just did, because you saw I typed in Robert Kiyosaki. I started big. It was 100. Oops, let me bring this size up for you guys. It was 1 million to 1.5 million people. And then I added Lewis Howes, and the audience didn't change. I removed Robert Kiyosaki. Immediately, the audience jumped to this 150K, 200K range. So really, for your core, niche audiences, you're going to be looking for sizes that are between 100 and, at least 100 to 150K up to like 300 or 400K is kind of your sweet spot. And those will be your like micro niche audiences. And why you want that size is because when you go into your ad campaign, you're going to have, anywhere from 5 to 10 of those really small sizes. And that's going to make your entire audience around 1 million people to start testing. But what's really cool about this is learning. Right now in this video, we're just focused on learning about the customer, right? So we're going to come in here. We're going to enter Russell Brunson. He's another internet marketing guy. And you see, okay, we jumped up a little bit. Now what I want to do, because I'm skipping here because I know that these people are relevant to who I want to target. I'm just going to enter a couple of them, and you're going to play with it. You get one thing out of this video, you're just playing with it. You're playing with it a lot. So now we have 350 to 400K active monthly users. So we've got 3 people, we've got 3 interests that I know are really relevant to who I want to target. So now I get to look at the question and say, who are they? All right, well, it's 54%, it's 52% women, so still about half and half. I mean, plus or minus 5% there. And the majority of the audience is between 25 and 54. So that would be kind of my sweet spot. And then I can come down here and see if I can get any insights into the kinds of people that are here. Now, this is something that I was explaining to a client the other day. And when you're looking at the selected audience size, these are kind of a hit or a miss, but it gives you a little bit of insight as to who you're targeting. So the gray bar here represents Facebook. And then the blue bar represents the audience you have selected. So we'll go down to getting established. What this means, 59%. This means that this audience is 59% more likely to be in the getting established lifestyle compared to all of Facebook users. And this percent here says 4% of the audience is classified as getting established. I have personally not found these too helpful long term, other than just, oh, okay, well, that's kind of cool, simply because these percentages are so low. And of course, you can come down to relationship status. If you're doing dating stuff, this is going to matter. Education might matter. And then you can see the job titles as well. But what is really important for us is the page likes. So if you're doing, by the way, if you're selling a Shopify product, this is just 30 seconds, guys. So Shopify product, if you're selling a Shopify product, what you're going to want to do is type in your competitors here, and you're going to want to pay attention to the demographics and the house. You're going to want to pay attention to the demographics and the household, because that's how you're going to be doing a lot of your targeting. For the rest of us, service-based businesses, information product businesses, we're going to page likes, because what you want to do is we want to find out what other interests that we didn't think of are on our list. So you can see here, ClickFunnels, Elite Marketing Pro, Mike Dillard, the Superpreneurs. I actually don't know what this is. So I'll go ahead and open that. I'll look into it. And if it looks like something that's relevant to, Life on Fire, open link in new tab, I check that out. Business Town, Growth Freaks. I don't have any of these. And this is great because you can find other interests that your customers care about. And then you can scroll down here and see more page likes. Obviously, Lewis Howes, Russell Brunson, because I entered those in there. And so it might seem a little scattered. You might be sitting there like, okay, you're kind of just going all over the place. And that's how this will feel, because you're literally just looking at the influencers, you're looking at the kind of companies and tools that they're already using. You're looking at the publications, the magazines, and the websites that they're going to be going to. Of course, you want to be as specific as possible.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and actionable. If you got some value out of it, go ahead and hit that like button and then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest in digital marketing. Over on my YouTube channel, I'm going from A to Z and everything in between to marketing products online and building a lifestyle business. So if you have a product or a skill that you're looking to bring to market, then this is definitely the place for you. I encourage you to subscribe and join me on this journey of zero to hopefully hero as I share everything I'm doing to build a online business. So make sure to stay tuned because over the next couple of weeks and months, I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos on advertising and driving traffic. I found that that's probably where the majority of the next few months are going to be and the majority of the channel, because driving traffic, finding the right people, when you get that message and customer match, it's just wonderful. But it takes a long time to get there, and most people give up before they reach that point. So make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you through that arduous process. So hopefully you can shortcut some of the mistakes I've already made and some of the mistakes I will make in the future. So until the next video, keep building the business you love. Take care.